Hello, welcome to Ready for Action. We're back with another episode. This one's going to be a bit of a tournament roundup, as there's been quite a lot going on recently. You got myself, Dan Smedley, and I'm here with
Josh Block.
You got me, Ash Buckler,
and Dan Jones.
And if I sound weird, it's because Smed can't make teas right.
No, you can't.
Oh, so Ash does sugar and didn't get sugar. Josh doesn't do sugar, got sugar.
We're not swapping
Anyway,
cups though,
swap
because we'll get germs.
No, you don't get germs.
We will. Anyway,
Yeah.
So
We all know where he's been. It's all over the internet.
it's all there. Oh god! Don't let your kids listen to this. The talk going on a few minutes ago wasn't podcast safe. Definitely,
definitely wasn't.
I think we should have put it out.
No, absolutely not. We didn't record it, to be fair. It's not going on at the end. So, start. Ash, what have you been up to lately?
So,
What that is going to be as well. It's going to be podcast safe.
Podcast safe. So 3 tournaments in the last sort of 6 weeks. First one was at the Sanctuary Gaming Centre in Mansfield, which was a fun day out. If you've ever been to the venue, it's a nice big open old church.
Wear a coat.
Wear a coat. It was a warm day, but you know it was cold.
Yeah. It was quite cold. It was just sunny.
Yeah. Yeah, I took Curse Breakers. It was my first one out with them. I wanted to get some practice in for the Grand Clash. I can't remember all the games that I played there, but I know that
you remember one of them?
I won 2, lost 2. One of them was against Dan Smedley, and you can see our lovely picture online, which was great. I won that one. I don't get many wins over it, so I did gloat for about 20 minutes with an ice cream until I got beat by Dan Jones in the last game, who beat me in about 3 minutes flat.
Was it just 2 activations?
2 activations.
2 activations, 4 cards.
You'd spanked me completely.
Game over there.
Oh.
I was playing Gavin. We'd had a little bit of a chat beforehand and stuff. Set up a little bit later, and I looked across and he had Amis left on 2 wounds or something. And it was like activation.
You've had 1 activation.
It was worth it though, because me and Nick Bain did go to the ice cream van and get an ice cream and spend the next hour eating ice cream, watching everybody else. So yeah, that was the first one. It was great tournament. I think I finished.
You finished below me after gloating.
I did finish below you after gloating.
I've got to get that in.
So some good opponents. I played little not Oliver Brook. Oliver Brook.
Oliver Tom Etch.
Tom Etch. Yeah, little lad.
Tom Etch.
Yeah.
Thomas Etch.
Thomas Etch.
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. He took his Night Vault and. Yeah, he was all over me to start with them, but I did manage to eke a win out there. But I can't remember the name of the first opponent. But yeah, it was a good day. Good day at the Sanctuary. So,
what are you doing hobby-wise?
Hobby-wise is lots of painting of warbands. So Curse Breakers weren't painted for the Sanctuary. I got a bit of a ribbon off everyone. So within the next couple of days, I did smash out the warband. They're all painted now. They're done. Painting up Moloch as well at the minute, amongst other things.
Yeah, quite a lot, in you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I won't go to a tournament with unpainted models.
Well, I did.
Quoting a famous person.
Well, thank you for calling me famous.
Like episode 1, go play unpainted. Ash turns up.
So, no, it was a good day. I've done lots of painting since. Some other bits outside of Underworlds. So, yeah. Going to talk about Grand Clashes now, or we're going to do everyone's...
We'll do a bit of a brief round of what we've been up to.
Did both Grand Clashes that came up at the end of May and beginning of June. So that was the Warhammer Fest, which I finished, I think it was...
Save it.
Oh,
We're going around robin.
Okay, then save it.
As you can tell, we don't do any editing on this.
We don't.
Just
we don't do any pre-planning either.
Lazy editing.
It's not lazy.
It is.
I'll do it on my phone. It's fine. Josh, what have you been up to lately?
Avoiding you.
You're not doing a very good job of it, as we're at my house.
No, you were out there. I went to Boards and Swords, the Expo. I think that's been about it, really, because of my shift's work.
Did Fest as well.
Oh, yeah,
I
did
did
Fest.
Fest.
You did Fest, yeah.
I totally forgot about Fest.
Because you turned up...
I did.
Hadn't you been working the night before and you just went straight to Fest?
Had 3 hours sleep and I started drinking at 10 o'clock, yeah.
Wow.
I had total faith in me on that game.
None of us did.
I did alright.
Painting much?
Yes, Fire Slayers outside and a few other bits, yeah.
Great Profiteers painted?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've already announced it. Yeah, I think I've already put that up on the page. So.
Well, yeah, it'll be up on the page. We've not done a podcast in a while, to be fair. The last one was Joe's interview, which came out 3 days ago.
Which
I think, which was quite cool. And you bought the Batman book as well. the rules for that.
Yeah.
Well, is it a box game?
It is a box game, yeah.
Cool.
So
Looks interesting.
that's it. But
Models look quite cool as well.
They do, yeah.
Cool. So myself, I've been smashing the curse breakers all the time. I think somebody said at the last one they've not seen me play anything but curse breakers. Yeah. Until those in. I enjoy them, the fun. I said before they were even released, I love the models and was like, I'm playing them. And then they happen to be super powerful.
You
so I
did,
was
to
like,
be honest.
I'm sticking with that.
I remember when the game came out for the night ball, and you actually said these are going to work.
Yeah.
Nobody was playing them. And you went, no, these are going to work. And
They're
you
no,
were right.
I thought you told me something totally different. Said they're rubbish until you seen a thing.
And I saw
online.
harness and stuff. I was like, I'm doing that. No. Hobby-wise, I've not been doing a great deal lately. Current thing is working on the Zolbag's Gits deck, so I'll be building and painting them up next.
He's going aggressive for everyone.
Going aggressive.
Yeah.
So we're working on them, probably take them to the next Grand Clash.
Can't wait.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. Otherwise, I'm actually just waiting on contrast paints for the Skaven.
Oh,
for
those contrast
AOS.
paints.
I'm really looking forward to
It is dividing Ready for Action, I feel,
It is a
these
bit,
contrast paints.
I think the division, I think, is 5 versus 1, isn't it? Really.
No, you got to remember, I don't really care about them, so it's literally I'm right in the middle.
You've kind of finished your stuff, though, haven't you? Everything you need to army paint. It's kind of.
I already do all my armies.
Maybe we should give our thoughts right at the end on the contrast paints. We'll do a little roundup on them.
Do a little roundup.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's been about it. What about you, Dan?
So I've been playing a few tournaments and I've been painting a lot of stuff. So I've finished the Eyes of the Nine, the Gits, which are already out on loan, and the Dark Oath, which I'm quite pleased with. I quite like the desert theme on the base that I've done.
You do like to go to town on the bases,
Yeah.
as well as the faces.
Bases and faces. And
They
then
make a model.
I've also finished the Ulthara's Guardians, which Ash said I had to paint like, what was it? Japanese cherry blossom theme.
Yeah, I think it works. I think they look nice.
Yeah, so
Pretty.
I'm pleased. It pushed the painting in different styles, and it was quite enjoyable to do.
That's what it's about.
And I also got to paint the bases, which was more enjoyable. But
And everything that you spent at Wayland's Ford, you got to put all those flowers and stuff on.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I could have done with some bigger bases, to be honest, because I wanted some more flowers on
Make
there.
a bigger garden.
Yeah. Gaming wise, I went to board in Brum late April, I think it was. Took the Cursebreaker deck for its second outing after Wayland's
You flew
Forge.
solo there as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a pass out, so I went down to there. It was good to bump into Tom Bond, Mike Carlin again. There was John Reese there and Oliver Brooks. It was quite a competitive day. They were running the game on, so not on rounds dropped as a second qualifier. So it was tournament points, and then it was glory points difference, not games lost.
Same as Wayland's Forge did the same.
Yeah. So I went in there. I lost to Oliver Brook. Thought then at that point I was out of the game and out of the day. Had a great time. I managed to score a plus 40 score against a Thorns of the Briar Queen deck. And then I won 4 out of my 5 games and managed to sneak the victory. Took away the trophy at that one.
Nice.
The next one we played was the Sanctuary, where we ended up playing each other quite a few times. I know Joe Gunn was really pleased because he got to play Nick Baton with his Mollog deck, and Joe's got a deck that's just all based around.
I think he's designed it.
Yeah, just
to
to be
beat
not
Mollog.
Mollog. Yeah,
He
so
just tries to draw that.
so yeah, I think what is it? That's the Lethal Strike. The double damage.
So he runs Reavers and uses
It's a
Sec and
a big
Lethal
one
Strike,
hitter in
Haste
say,
Rage.
yeah.
So it's all about extra dice, Lethal Strike. There's
Generally has a
there's 8
strength
damage.
upgrade or something.
Yeah.
Also, it's doing
7 or 8 damage or something
Yeah.
like that, and it's taking him off the board. So I was really pleased with that. I played a couple of I played 2 Curse Breakers. I say played. Ash attended that game.
He stood on the opposite
and
side.
The ice cream was good though.
and then I played 2 Ultharas, and won all 4 games in that one, so managed to steal the trophy for that one as well. And then 2 Grand Clashes. I'm currently now struggling to find any tournaments to go to in the spare time that we've got, with lots of life going on.
So if anyone knows any that are on the 22nd of June, so this should be coming out on around the 11th or 12th of June. Dan's desperate for a tournament on the 22nd of June.
Yeah, I've
and
got to
can't
pass
find
out
one.
and I need to go and play some Wonderworlds.
Yeah.
You're allowed out from under the thumb.
I'm literally crawling on my belly out from under the thumb.
I don't know whether anybody else has noticed, but a lot of places now are doing the tournaments on the same day, and that's kind of annoying when you're trying to get around to look at new opponents and new places. They all seem to be around about the 16th as well. I've noticed that sort of second weekend in the month.
I think we tend to be quite lucky around here then. There's a lot of tournaments.
Yeah,
and
we are.
The ones we go to are generally quite well, like 16 players. And
yeah, quite well attended, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean that was it. The board in Brum was, I think it was 20 at that one there.
Yeah.
And then Sanctuary was 16, was it?
It's about 16 or
think it was,
something.
yeah.
There's quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the roundup. Are we into
Should we go into
Fest?
Fest first? So the first of the 2 big Grand Clashes was the Warhammer Fest at the Rico Arena. All 6 of us went down to that.
We did. We went in attendance.
That's 5.5.
Yeah, well, 5.5. You don't count. Is that your performance or your state of
That was
mind?
pretty much my performance, yeah.
So who wants to start with the roundup then? Who wants to go for it?
Oh, I'll go
Ladies
first. I'll go
first.
first.
Ladies first.
Why? Thank you, Joshua. So
I'm in trouble now.
so in that one, we were chatting to Furman, weren't we, in the queue on the way
Yeah,
in?
we met him
We
in the
were,
queue
yeah.
actually.
And
Big shout out.
then I drew him first game. So quickly through that first game, Furman did an absolutely sterling play and just knocked my first turn out with a transfixing stare. Second game, Furman had agreed. I think I rolled for nine spells and failed every one. When the curse breakers aren't inspiring, they're not getting the other bonuses. So I absolutely dropped that game and I lost by like 33 points in that one. And to come in after winning 2 trophies in the other 2
In your
events,
warm-ups,
in the warm-up events, and to come into that, I thought, well, what have I done? What have I done wrong?
What have you done
And I
wrong?
know it was a bit of luck and in the second game and absolutely sterling play in the first game, but I was like, oh, out of it. Second game, got a great victory against some Thunderix. Third game, solid victory in versus Reavers, and fourth game, a 2-1 win over some very well steered McGaw's Fiends. So I ended up with a reasonably decent place. Josh, how did you get on, mate?
From what I remember. First game was against Godswamp, which took a nice 2-0 of that with my Thunderix. Next round after that, I actually met a lad from Germany, and I can't remember for the life of me what he played.
But he was from Germany.
You know, he's missing.
Yeah,
He's
I remember
from-
that. 'Cause I think he was playing No, he was playing Curse Breakers. And I had 2-0 that one as well, which was very nice. And then I came up against Malog, which was I lost that one 2-1. First one he took, played it well. Second round, I took Malog out on the second activation, which was nice.
It's always good.
Yeah, balloon guy as I called him, just came in there ready for action, then took him out.
Drake skewer.
Yeah,
Drake
Drake skewer, yeah.
Yeah.
Or balloon
he's
guy.
cool.
Balloon
He's got such a threat range though with his long moves.
Yeah.
Powerful.
He's getting everywhere.
He's mega.
Then on the last one, what it came down to, I couldn't roll a hit to save my life, so I had to go. I was forced to go to the bar and have another pint.
Shocking.
Then on the last game, I versed a lad from Czech, I think it was. Yeah, people come all over
There was
like everywhere,
Somebody
like
from
from
far
from the world, like just game there, which was amazing. But he was playing too fast and I was too tired. But I did manage to won that one because some sort of with the rule or something like at the end. But yeah, it doesn't help that when you get someone who's like, I know sometimes it's time, but they're like, I'm just equipping this, this, and this on person, and it's like just take your time, just
should be
one after another, but
make sure it's clear. Yeah, I missed an upgrade that being played in one of mine, which it didn't cost. It might have cost me that game. It didn't cost me that. But So, what did you finish on? 3-1.
3-1,
Yeah.
So it wasn't
3-1. 3 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Quite a few beers. Not a bad showing. You'd not played with much profiteers either. They'd only
no,
been out, 2 weeks or
because
something before, haven't they?
because literally at my work falls, like it was tough to get a game in when people were free to. So it wasn't too bad, to be honest. But I also had the advantage of they hadn't been out too long as well. So
yeah, it's kind of a help and a hindrance.
Yeah.
Hindrance to you,
Definitely.
not knowing them necessarily, but help to the others. Cool. Ash,
So yeah, my
what did you take?
what I took was the Curse Breakers with a
Was it
Yeah.
the tome deck?
the tome deck, yeah,
Tome deck.
which worked reasonable for me. My first game was against Tris Buckroyd, who I play quite regularly at Warhammer World. So we travel all that way and we draw each other. So we kind of knew what to expect with each other. Tris beat me. I think he'll be honest in saying I rolled atrocious. Trying to roll for spells, I didn't cast a single spell in our game. I think it was 6 uncast spells at one point. It was terrible for me. So then I went and got a pick-me-up beer, which at £6 on a pint, I
Yeah,
didn't push. It was very pricey. It didn't push the boat out too much. I only had a couple of them. Went into the other games, which were Skeletons, and game 3 would have been my Orcs. Skeletons was playing the key deck. Didn't manage to get it really, but he pulled it for one game. But I still managed to beat him fairly comfortable. The Orc player in my third game, I felt for him a little bit. I got the boards both times, set him up lengthways. He didn't have Hidden Paths in his deck, didn't have Faneway Crystal in his deck. I just sat at the board casting spells. I'm looking at my scores here, and it was 8-3, 19-8 to me. I think we finished the game in 20 minutes, and it gave me a good hour and 10 to wander around looking at everything else. I felt for my opponent there. There was not a lot he could do really on that.
I think you have to build so that you can face defensive decks and stuff as well.
Yeah, if you're going to play all that,
build your whole game plan around it, but you need to be able to.
And I think with the Orcs as well, he didn't have calculated risk in there, which
Maybe he hasn't picked up the new ones.
but when your Inspire mechanic is taking a wound, you kind of.
Yeah.
To me, it would have been in there just to help tick things along. The last game was against Oliver Brook, and it was Stormcast v Stormcast. Well, Cursebreakers v Cursebreakers, and he managed to eke a win out of that one. Again, my dice just failed me on the dice roll, so yeah, it was 2 for 2 for me on that day. It wasn't what I was really hoping for. I was hoping to 3-1 for the wins, but
yeah, it's still a good day.
Yeah,
should have had 3 hours sleep, mate.
3 hours sleep,
3 hours sleep and plenty of beers.
Yeah.
plenty of beers, yeah.
And yourself, Mr. Smedley, how did you fare?
So a bit of deja vu here if you've listened to our last Grand Clash roundup. In that I started the day thinking I really don't want to draw a first round opponent of Steel City. I walked over to Mike actually and said something. I was on like table 19 or something. Mike was like, I've heard 19. Somebody else is on 19. Looked over and Tom Bond was sat there. So first game of the day was I was using Curse Breakers, obviously not playing anything but Curse Breakers lately. And Tom Bond was sat across me with his Magors, who beat me in January, I think it was, at the Vault with them. Things, to be fair, he played a really good game, but things didn't go as well. Got some nice defence rolls when I needed it. And I managed to eke out a 2-0 win in that one, taking it was 17-15 in the first game and 13-11 in the second. So 2 glory in each one. So it was a tie, even though it was a 2-0 win. My tiebreakers weren't doing particularly well with only +4 glory. That put me on though to Stu Orman in the next round. Played against him and his Guardians. So I think I'd not played against him. I played their YouTube. Plug for the YouTube channel if you've not been on there yet. We've got some videos on there. I used the Guardians against Ash on there, so I knew a little bit, but not a great deal about them. I knew that they were going to be trying to score the hold objectives and things. I managed to eke out a win in the first game, 15-13, so again, another tight one. And then the second one, just it drew well for me and not for my opponent. His deck bricked itself and ended up 15-4. So taking that, so the halfway point, 2-0, I'm pretty pleased with that. It was going well so far. Third round, played against Tom Bell and his Fast Riders. I remember at the Grand Clash in January, I think it was, he played you, Josh, and he had a relic deck. With the orcs.
when he played
Yeah.
orcs. Yeah.
And I said I remembered that, and he let out a bit of a wry smile before, and I thought, hey, here we go. Relics are coming out again here, and they did. And to be fair, I managed to stop him from deploying in the first game and take that 14-9. I think sometimes sometimes the relics you just can't get around.
What did you say he was playing the relics on?
Fast Riders.
Fast Riders.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few people have
I've
posted
heard
on doing it
mention.
recently. And second game, he pulled it off, and I could not do anything. I couldn't get into him at all. I'd missed the upgrade in this one with the sudden growth coming down, and I went in and thought I'd sniped him at the end and thought got it, but I hadn't, and I couldn't really stop it. Lost that one 26-11. And then in the third game though, it came back, and the same thing that happened in the first game. He didn't quite get the cards out in the order. I think he probably just needs a bit of refining. It was a good deck, just needs a bit of tweaking for him. I won that 19-5, so I went 2-1 in that, but again only +4 glory. So despite being 3-0, my tiebreakers were pretty low, to be fair. And then I went into possibly my favourite game of the day against Rob Harris. He was the one we were chatting to at the end of the UK Games Expo.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
remember, stood
Yeah.
over there.
Yes.
I ran into him
Bristol
as
lad.
profiteers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great game. I eked out a win in the first one, 14-12. Although it felt quite comfortable. There was quite a big gap in it, and he came back. But then the second game, he absolutely annihilated me, 17-7, and I didn't stand a chance. It was everything he did. Scored the headshot and then get the hence. What armour, as we did earlier. He rolled through it, and it was beautiful. I got schooled in that one. And then in the second game, that was tight, but went close. Third game, sorry. Tight and it went close. I managed to eke out a win in that, 12-7. So winning that 2-1 put me on 4-0 for the day. But my total glory difference, despite going 4-0, was only +18. So it was not a good tiebreaker score. But I'm absolutely over the moon. I always go into it thinking 2-2 is great. So if I'd have got Ashes 2-2, I'd have been happy. You know, going in at 8 evens, it's a good day. And I managed to go 4-0 and was really happy. And final standings, we'll come on to those now, shall we?
So I mean, looking at the final standings, taking them off what was posted up by the Underworlds team, they did run this off glory difference as a second tiebreaker rather than
Which
game
wasn't
losses.
actually in the Grand Clash rules. It should have been losses and then...
So it did move things around a little bit in that. But working off what is declared as the top 30, I think we did quite well overall.
Yeah.
So, for Ready for Action, Josh, you managed to finish 25th with tournament points of 9, a -5 glory difference, and 3 losses. Mr. Gunn finished with his Garrick's Reavers with 3-1, so 9 tournament points, glory difference of 4, and 4 losses.
Where did he finish? Did you?
He finished 24th, so he just got a bit of a better score than Josh.
On the glory.
Yeah.
I finished with the Curse Breakers in 11th after a terrible start, with 9 tournament points, glory difference of +37, and the 3 losses.
And submarine that brilliantly, to be fair.
And then
Where's Ash? You missed Ash.
I was 40.
Oh, you off that
40,
page?
yeah, he's not on
I didn't make top 30.
That's only saved the top page.
that was a good dig. That was. It wasn't.
I was 33rd.
So this
I just missed out on the bracket.
Oh.
Like extra prizes.
This was actually taken off a man's post.
A man?
A man's post. So then, Mr. Smedley, you finished 4th.
I did.
12 tournament points, +18, 2 losses. So
Depending if it was sorted on the losses first. I'm snuck third. I
You'd
wouldn't
have
have come in the
snuck
final, so it makes
No,
no
no,
difference.
it
no,
wasn't
no,
good enough for the
Same
finals.
prizes. No.
But I did beat you at the Sanctuary.
I did beat me at the Sanctuary, and I played pretty much the same deck. I went 4-0. Yeah, you smashed me at the Sanctuary. Good. So yeah, it was a good show, to be fair.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. I got my dice and stuff like that, all the prizes. So I was happy at that. And a fancy card that nobody seems to know quite what to do with. And apparently one of the responses from GW has been it's just a deck divider. So, but yeah, I think everyone's hoping it's some kind of invite or something.
Ooh, special
Yeah.
invite.
Special friend.
Special friend.
So yeah, that's the roundup of the fest then. It was a good day, wasn't it?
Oh, what did you think to Fest?
It's very different because that's the first time I've been to what's declared as Warhammer Fest rather than what was the old school Games Day.
Yes.
And it was kind of like, yeah, there was not as many games to do, not as much to do. But I mean, we did actually manage to pick up with Warhammer Underworlds online.
We did, yeah.
Which looks like an exciting prospect. We did have a quick look round at the contrast paints, and I know some of you guys picked up on the exclusive bits as well, didn't you?
Yes, I got the exclusive Space Marine.
Yeah, I went and picked up that Primaris, dude.
I managed to my best purchase of the day was actually picking up the board that I had a practice game review on with the free starting positions, because that was all you just kept having. I was like, you know what, that's actually a really good board for
I'm
me.
gonna buy that before the time.
Yeah, against
excellent.
that's it, and against Curse Breakers, I find that's really good because it's like you can
I
adapt.
know a couple of us made a few purchases at Wild Bangarang Clothing as well.
Why did Joe make his purchase?
Well, Joe bought his for splitting his trousers while lunging for a photo. We all got to see his dangle, bro. Bless him.
That was a
brilliant.
deep rip through those, wasn't it? It was
It's nearly down to his knee.
yeah, it was.
The rip
Crotch
was
to
down
rib.
nearly down to his knee.
Let's clarify that.
Let's clarify that. So yeah, we had to make some purchases. I know I had to buy some leggings for my other half, and I think they don't think else bought
I've
anything.
got the
but
discount code still.
Discount
valid till
codes.
August, I think.
Yeah,
so I
so
want to get some of them
if you want any
joggers, 'cause they look
cool
wicked.
clothing for Warren-based stuff, they're definitely worth checking out. They've got some right cool bits in there.
Yeah, so we met with a lot of people as well, didn't
Oh yeah,
we? Met a man from Path to Glory podcast, if you heard that.
is he not Hexes and
That's the blog.
That's
He
the
does
blog.
the Path to Glory is the podcast that he does with Jonathan Davis. So if you
Yes.
haven't checked that out, check them out.
head over to it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good day. My only issue was that there wasn't much time to actually wander around and look at too much. I know me and you, Dan, ran upstairs, but we sprinted upstairs to have a good look around, didn't we?
I said next time, I think I'll do the full weekend.
Oh,
I'll go to the day and do
Yeah.
the clash, because you didn't get really much
Because
time.
it's so
And the next
spread out,
day-
it was quite difficult to take it all in.
I'll probably bring some models as well, because there was a few tables to play on. So
Oh, yeah.
literally, you could spend the whole morning walking around, maybe catch a seminar or whatever, and then sit and chill out with a beer and
That's
Good
it.
bit.
play
Yeah,
some
'cause I
Underworlds
was,
or
Take your own beer though, because it's very
so I was,
expensive.
smuggle something.
yeah, I was kind of hoping to get look at some AOS stuff and that was around there, but I think it was all coming out on the Sunday,
Yeah.
which we weren't there for.
I think the
so I was
Golden
like,
Demon was the Sunday, wasn't it?
It was,
So
yeah.
that was when a lot of the stuff was going on.
Yeah. So some of the new releases look really good as well, because they put up on the community for the new, season 3 Warband, which is some sort of lion-esque creature with a blade in its tail.
Yeah.
So
could be,
Is this
could
something
be,
completely
Lion-
new?
Lions of Udassa from
The-
AOS. Yeah.
Or it could be Teclis and Tyrion's
Yeah.
golden elves.
Pathetic race.
Okay, well, Texas made the Deepkin, didn't he? And they all went wrong. And
Yeah, he
left
shit,
them
he
and
shit
stuff.
the bed on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a very good job of drawing them out of Slanesh.
yeah, definitely a good day.
Yeah, excellent
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
All-
It was
I would
a
recommend
yeah.
the whole weekend though next time.
Yeah,
to
I
take
think-
everything in. That was
yeah.
my only
Go-
downside,
yeah,
was
go on.
not being able to take it all in.
Yeah. It'd be nice to attend seminars and stuff, but obviously we had
Yeah.
no chance of doing that playing in the tournament. Not that that's just how the day's set up.
Yeah.
So that's the fest done then. So then it was 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later,
Oof.
something like that.
Yeah.
There's the Friday Grand Clash at the UK Games Expo at the NEC.
Yeah.
So other than paying £16 for parking, what else happened that day?
Oh, £16 for parking. Oh.
So
Yeah. Do you want me to kick off with my day, how I got on, or
what did you take?
I took Curse Breakers again.
Oh,
I know, shock, horror.
You see, this is
it
what
was us four recording that went, wasn't it? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Joe.
Four of
Yeah.
us.
It was 4.
Joe and Kev couldn't make it, unfortunately.
See,
Although
this-
they were both on the Thursday going, shall we just throw the sickie?
We did try and bully them with peer pressure, and yeah, you look a bit peaky. Take it down. No, I'll kick off with me then. So yeah, I took the Curse Breakers again. First game was against the Godsworn Hunt, which I'm used to running. And it was a guy called Stuart, who's normally known for running relic decks on everything. He's played me at a previous
the
Grand
Relic
Clash.
Kit.
The Relic Kit, I think he actually has
Yeah,
that on
he's
the back
got
of his
the
hoodie,
hoodie.
doesn't he? Yeah. He beat me flat 2 games. He played them ultra aggressive and just absolutely battered me. Again, couldn't cast spells for Toffee, but yeah, just absolutely spanked me on that game. Not like I could do so. Set me off to a pretty bad start, really. Second game, it was a draw for me. It was against the Goblins, and it was a relic deck Goblin player. And wow, once that relic happens and goes off, there's nothing other than sitting there weeping gently into your dice mat that you've lost.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wimp's tactic, really.
Yeah, I mean, first game 16-13 to me. Second game we drew it 9-9. Then the second game he 17-32.
Just to not offend the guy that was playing them, I've just played that against Josh, which is why he made the comment of the wimp tactic.
It's one of those decks. I think we've looked at it, and when it works really well. Especially when sticking on Snurk.
Make it as reliable as possible.
Yeah, they've got enough bodies to slow down at the people down as well.
So my third game, I wrote the guy's name, Ewan Smith. I can't for the life of me think what he was playing. I know I won it. I even wrote down. I even wrote. On my notes, I've even wrote down his gaming club, which was London Wargaming Guild. But I haven't got for the life of me what warband he played, and I can't think what it was. But I won it though, so I was happy with that.
It looks quite close on the
Sorry,
score.
what did you say his name was? What was his name?
Ewan Smith, I've written down. And then the last game, which I also won, was against a chap called Martian. And
Ewan Smith played McGaw's Fiends.
There you go. And then my last game, I won that quite comfortably. 19-13. We drew the second game 12-12, and then it was 22-9. Sorry, for the last game that I won. I was playing the tomes again, and the last game it just the cards came out in the right order. My last 3 objective cards were Superior Tactician, Acolyte of the Cataphrane, and I think it was Escalation as well. They literally, the 3 of them just boom right at the end. I got the full set of tomes on them. I think I took 7 in my deck.
Because they allowed
they allowed the healing and not healing. Yes, I think it's healing and disease that aren't named.
Yeah,
but
your opponent won. I've just figured out why you don't have any friends.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good day. Some great opponents. I really enjoyed that tournament. Great atmosphere.
the expo was
That's a great atmosphere.
really good.
Definitely. My day started off really well. Even though
How much time did you have? Did you
more
have
or
more
less
than
this
3?
time, it's let me down really. I think. No, first game was Rob from Vault 14. And he's playing Profiteers as well. First in Profiteers, it is so, but like mirror matches aren't the most exciting anyway. I've never found, but just with Profiteers, it just seems so much worse because I'm just gonna get what armor. He does the same, and it's like
just on the edge of the range.
Yeah, it's just always the time. It's just everything is just it does feel like the game drags. It does, but we just had an absolute laugh because he could not roll for the life of him on the first round. I think the score was 19-1. Because he had Iron Hail inspired, shot him 3 times and missed, just rolled assists all the time. I was like, if you had someone next to me, it might go off. But we just laughed. I did offer if he was going to roll like that on the next one, I was going to buy him a beer. Cause no one deserves that.
Even £6.
To be honest, with how bad his dice were rolling, he needed something, I would have gone out and cried. But no, we had a good laugh. Yeah, it was a really good opponent. I won that one 2-1 in the end. My next opponent was a Eyes of Nine Relic player who was in the last one as well. I can't remember his name, but he, very good, nice all or nothing tactic. Though it was just load the leader up.
Leader.
Yeah, and just throwing everyone up in the way. That's all it was. Easy scoring objectives, just get him on there. But so I was just charging Balloon Guy. That's his name.
Balloon Guy.
Charging him in there to try and take him out early. Which first I won that 2-1. Which first turn I lost because he rolled well on his defense, and then I won the second one because he couldn't roll for anything on his defense. So it's kind of balanced out. third game I got J, which I always get J in tournaments, which was annoying. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I've only actually played the Dirty Hours once, and it's like, right, I think I've got an idea how to play them. And Jay's like, oh yeah, I was one who like play tested these and everything. Like, so yeah, I was like, oh.
That's it. For those guys who don't quite know, we're referring to Jay Clare here.
I was stood with him beforehand and we were working it out, and you were either, depending on which way they split it, because it was uneven on the tournament points in the bracket, it's like, you're playing Dan or Jay. You're like, come on, get Jay. He always says to get him third round.
I do. I was like, it's always in tournaments, it's always my third round is where it always goes wrong. And I was determined this time. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in there. I don't even care if I lose the first two, I'm going to win the third. And then it's just like, Jay just comes up, it's like, Fate's just saying, fuck you, you're not. So yeah, that was a bit of a wound. Then on the last one was Profiteers again, which
Jamie Giblin, wasn't it?
He was sound. That was a draw in the end. That one was, but we were both just saying like it's not exciting. There's no, because you just
I think he commented afterwards on the Cataframe Relic on his Facebook page that the mirror match is just not a nice thing to play. He put something like opponent's brilliant, but they're not a nice
we were trying to make it laugh as much as possible. Just like when he's like, I'm just going to put him on there. God, it's like, I wonder what you're going to do.
What's he next?
Yeah.
So 3-1.
2-1 draw, 1 loss.
Same as me,
so wasn't too bad, to be honest.
I noticed there was a lot of draws actually.
There was,
I think it's because the way the BCP does it, because a lot of draws and some of the people had more glory, which I thought it was supposed to give the win to the person with more glory.
I thought
but
so.
That's something for another time. Could be wrong on that.
Who knows?
So I took the Curse Breakers again.
Can't break that tradition.
No, you can't break. I'm breaking it now. They're done now. I've mixed it up. So after going 4-0 at the Fest, I decided that I needed more glory. I had low scoring but could score consistently and win, but it wasn't getting me the tiebreakers. So mixed it up a little bit. And then in my first game, I can blame Mike Carlin for this. So I played Dan Mashford. I think he's from over in Norwich way. He come over. I played him at Grand Clash before and lost to him before, so I knew I was in for a good match. And he lined up with a Mollog tome deck. I don't know whether he got this from the Steel City blog, but
yeah, he did.
It was
because he told me with a big smile on his face.
Oh no, not Mike though. As in Mike had written the thing, but I don't know whether Dan
spoke
got
to
it
him.
from
I think he
did
was
he?
saying yeah.
Oh no. So I owe Mike for that. He beat me, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be saying that. 19-14 and 14-7, and I just could not touch the Mollog tame deck. He played it really well as well. There was nothing I could do. So I started the day losing the first game after modifying a deck for the better. They've got undefeated before, but that didn't work.
Still beat him at the Sanctuary though, Josh.
That's all that matters, isn't it?
It's all that matters.
Yeah.
Second game, our good friend Chris Walters. Playing against him. Really good to see Chris and Dylan again, because we don't see them too much anymore. No, we've not got the club to go to, but yeah, really great to see them again. Rocking his Skaven, managed to win in that one. He was joking, saying they wanted to try and get into double figures, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying that he didn't quite manage it over the 2 games. I managed to keep him to 9 glory, but he could not roll dice. He couldn't roll dice, and I managed to snipe Scritch in the first 1 and 2. So that was that one. In the third game, I ended up playing against Nick Baton. First time I played him, we've met him a few times at the Vault and the Sanctuary. You had your ice cream with him. The Sanctuary on a
we'll always have that
day.
moment, Nick. We'll always have that moment.
And that was a brilliant game. Curse Breakers versus Curse Breakers. I managed to take that 2-0, going 15-9 and 15-8, and he had some of your dice for his spells. He couldn't roll anything. It's like, I need to roll swirls for this one.
People think Curse Breakers are easy to play, and they have got some great easy score objectives. But if you can't roll the dice, then
who would have thought in this game you need to be able to roll dice?
I know.
Don't play defensive. Don't get engaged.
Yeah.
Score glory.
Bring back defensive Steelheart relic decks.
Yeah, I think we failed 6 or 7 empowers in a row, and it was like we were just too stubborn to not stop rolling it and just kept failing it, and then failed the spells. Managed to take that one out, and then I got another Curse Breaker player in the 4th round, Paul Borough-Newton. And that one went 2-1. That one went right to the death.
So Paul was not too pleased, really, was he? Because to spoil my thunder, he played me earlier on in the day, and he was like, "Oh, it's the second person from Ready for Action I've got to play today."
He sat down and said, I'm sure I played you before because I played a Dan from Ready for Action. I'm like, no, there's another one here. I managed to eke out that one 2-1. That was really tight. I smashed the first game 15-1. He smashed the second game 16-6, and then the third one was 11-10. So it was like 2 smashings either way, and then a really tight final game. That was really good. But managed to do a Dan and submarine it from what he did at Fest and lose the first game and then win the next 3. So I was happy with the 3-1. As I say, aim for 2-2. Anything better, happy.
Yeah, it's always good, isn't it, to go into a tournament and 2 wins, 2 losses, and a big smile on your face. As long as you've had a good day, it doesn't matter what your results are really. Yeah. But it's always nice to place to win 2, and feel like you've achieved something there.
So that's it then for this week. We're done, aren't we?
Yes, we're done. Yes.
We should let somebody
Go on, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Okay. Well,
we're going to get break by breakdown now.
If you insist. So first of all, round.
Just to let you all know, if you haven't put the kettle on.
So I played Will Lavis and his Orcs. First round, Will's Orcs managed to take the best painted award.
All those nicely painted yellow armour.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they got
all the ones for best painted were good, but they were a notch above, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they were very good, but there was also where is he? Nathaniel.
Oh, with his converted Skaven into goblins. He'd done the whole board and they pulled out the flop X's.
Mushrooms. Yeah, it's all fit into the book. It's Nathaniel Gibbs. Yeah, I met him at Fest and chatting to him at Fest.
Yeah,
and he really nice to play. Nice playing. I'm gonna presume it was between the two of them for the best painter. But yeah, played Will with his Iron Skulls first off. He was playing Shattered Terrain onto Gerzag charging and then a sneaky push to kill Cursebreakers. But I was playing slightly defensively against the aggro play, and I managed a 2-0 win with a plus 25 on the first round.
Good start.
Set shot to the day.
That was nice. Yeah,
and your first game get a nice glory differential.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, but I mean that was the first real competition we'd played since I'd played since Fest, and we had we played 2 games, hadn't we?
Yeah.
We played 2 games.
2 on the Thursday night, I think.
Yeah, just beforehand, where I went into the day going, I'm not really happy with change of tactics in my deck, but we'll just stick with it because it did perform well in 3 out of the 4 games. We played 2 games on that Thursday evening, and I left having made 3 or 4 changes to the deck. I went completely untested into the Grand Clash. So I was like, oh.
I think that was when I showed you the power of Branching Fate.
Branching Fate, that was
an
it.
Empowered reroll and was like, come on.
What am I doing without that? Yeah. So then I played Paul Burrow Newton and his Cursebreakers. Again, I managed to pull out a 2-0 win on that. Paul was playing a kind of a mid-range game with his Cursebreakers, and I switched to full aggro at that point. I feel my style of play with the Cursebreakers is full aggro, and I just run across the board and punched him. And I took that one for plus 19 again, 2-0. My third round, I played into Aaron Melfus, and he was playing Nilfari's Guardians. Again, I won that one, but I won that one 2-1. The second game, my deck completely dropped, and I just couldn't finish some of the Guardians. But when I was playing there again, I was playing the aggro build and just running Amis or Stormsire in there and just battering them. So it was a 43-26 win. So another reasonably solid victory there again.
Quite a lot of glory difference.
Yeah, again.
Putting in good stead.
Yeah, so, what was it, 17.
You managed to avoid Josh in the third round.
I managed to avoid Josh in there.
Which was lucky for you, because I would have smashed it.
Yeah. I know, mate, I know. But that one game drop made me think, you know what, I've dropped this now and I'm out of the running. Then the rounds were drawn up. Fourth round, I was playing Mike Carlin. I thought, well, I've had a good run, and that's the end of the day. Mike was playing his Iltharis Guardians, and I think he was playing a Tomes deck with the Guardians. First round, I don't quite know what happened to Mike, but he didn't score any glory. So that didn't.
He was still at the bar, wasn't he?
He was going to the bar shortly afterwards. So yeah, he didn't manage to roll his dice out. I ran across the board and played the aggro play and took him off the board. I think I won 14-0 for that one. Second game we played, Mike's dice turned on. He managed to score up 11, but by that point I think I just snuck that one with what was 18. No, not sneak at all. But yeah, managed to take that for 2-0 against Mike. So at the end with that, we scored up and we all managed to finish in the top half.
Top 32.
You're on this one, Ash.
I'm on 30. I came in at 32.
Well done, Ash.
I did. Really. That's what I set out for at the end of the day. That's what I set out for.
That's good, though, 'cause what was it? Was it close to 100 was over, or...?
It was 109 people were there.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It was a big... It was
I think 94 or something.
It was
best.
better attended than the Age of Sigma and Warhammer 40,000 events combined.
Didn't Age of Sigma have 8?
8.
8.
And I
40k
think-
had 12.
Yes.
I think they've not released tickets till late, had they? And all
No,
the
Hotels,
hotels,
but there was a
loads
lot of empty
loads of-
table space.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest about it. Everybody who wanted to play games wanted to play Underworlds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Well, to be
fast-paced,
honest, I
fun.
kind of did want to play the AOS one because that's a guaranteed top 10. Even it.
But they don't count towards the rankings because I'm sure the AOS rankings have to have 16 players.
I,
And all the rest
I wouldn't care. I
So-
could easily turn around and just say, yeah, I got top 10.
Top 10
in
of
the
the
tournament.
Games
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Just
so,
signed up.
so I'm at 30. I was placed 32nd. Got me a nice scatter token. Go on. What?
Yeah, so
Josh next?
Josh managed to 39th.
Yeah. What was
I
that?
don't know. That was just my inner child.
Yeah.
It's because you finished the pub.
Yeah.
Well, look,
Doesn't
I've
happen
got
often,
I've
mate.
got to give Ash one. You know what I mean?
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, well, I did-
Later,
I-
mate, later.
Save that for after.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often for me, Josh.
Coming
yeah.
up next on the podcast.
So yeah, Josh got 7 tournament points, 5 game losses, glory points positive of 9, finishing in 39th. Ash might have spoiled his position of 32nd with 7 tournament points as well, 3 game losses, glory points of +4. But you managed to score 135 in total, mate, so that's not doing too bad.
Just likes to give it as well, don't you?
I like to give
and receive.
and receive.
Yeah.
I'm a giver.
True gentleman. Mr. Smedley finished 17th.
I was really happy with that after losing the first round, but then also slightly gutted to not just sneak the top 16, just because it's a different prize bracket.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was really pleased with coming back from that.
Yeah, so 9 tournament points, 3 losses, and put a positive
3
of
games.
38.
Yeah.
All in all, though, after mine, I've finished with 12 tournament points, or
Drum roll.
1 game loss, glory difference of 82, which left me in 3rd.
What is the glory difference of second and first? If yours was 82.
So Jay finished 1st during the day with 84, and Tom Conboy robbed me out of that position with 83. So I was 1 glory out of that final. I mean, looking back, I was being conservative and trying to guarantee that 2-0 win versus Mike Carlin, and thought afterwards, oh, probably should have tried to draw a card in those last activations and flipped it over to see Superior Tactician, which would have been my 2 extra glory to finish joint first. But still, super pleased with the third place finish.
You got
You've
to
gotta be with that, yeah.
Definitely.
It was,
I think if you go to any tournament and go undefeated, winning your game, I think you've got to be over the moon with that. I know some people don't like the tiebreakers, and the way they drop them down. But that's why they've gone to a 2-day one for the next one, isn't it? The people have spoken and they've changed the format. Yeah. But you've got to separate them some way.
You've got to separate them some way, and unfortunately, there's only 2 people can play in the final. And that's the way it is. I was super pleased to finish high up in that position there, and I've been gabbling on saying I really want some of those glory tokens.
Yeah,
I finally got the glory tokens, and that's what I wanted more than anything. So.
I think as well, is it Stephen Van Call It Shadespire blog that's done it by Swiss? What's it called? Strength of Schedule.
Strength of Schedule.
And you came second on Strength of Schedule.
On Strength of Schedule.
I don't agree that either way is better, because I've seen some Strength of Schedule where one of the best players in the world in a game system beat somebody, and they beat somebody who was a complete noob. They finished bottom and they missed out on a final because their first round they were drawn against somebody who was a noob. So it's not, either way, it has its merits. And
and at the end of the day, you go to the tournament and they tell you at the start how they're going to judge it.
Yeah, you know what it is.
And that's it.
And he was super unlucky. One glory, you've been rolling dice to decide who goes into the final.
I always say it. I'd prefer an arm wrestle. Arm wrestle, or we'll do a sumo.
Yeah, so that's the roundup of the tournament. The UK Games Expo, would you go back?
Oh, definitely. I'm going for the weekend.
Yeah.
Next time I'm having the full 3 days there. Shadespire. That's Shadespire. Underworlds, then I'm having the 2 days wandering around. I'm going to have the hotel. I am. I'm going for the weekend.
Full baller.
I'm going full ball. I'm going balls deep on it next time.
Take Josh with you.
And you've got to take money with you as well, because there's so much to do and buy there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be going for another day anyway, just to wander around.
Yeah. We'll get double room, mate, don't worry.
Yeah. Single bed.
Get horses.
We'll bowl some crits, baby.
So yeah, that was another really good day.
Yeah, definitely
Really
was.
enjoyed it.
I like that they used Best Coast pairings. It made the day. It took us a while to log everybody in. We ran behind to start with.
They didn't tell people beforehand as well. If they'd have communicated beforehand,
we could have all logged in. I couldn't actually log in at all, but
I think what that was that there was a little bit of difficulty with Warhammer Fest, and it might have been a learning from that. We'll play Best Coast pairings, and it ticket purchase point. It would be great for them to be saying in the future, we're going to use Best Coast pairings, so please make sure you download this app. There's a link at that point. But
yeah, no, it was.
It did help everything. It helped the scoring. We've been to, how many Grand Clash we've been to, and people still at the last round they're still getting the scores the wrong way round. And
I mean, I entered the scores, showed it my opponent. Are you happy? While he was watching, clicked OK, put my pin in, put his pin in, and it's job done. It's registered. We don't even have to go up to the counter and do it. It's just so
it's worked well.
Yeah.
Really good tournament.
And there seemed to be a lot of time to be able to go and look at other things as well. I mean, me and you had a good walk around down.
I didn't.
You didn't. You were too busy.
It helps when you either get beat 2-0 or win 2-0.
Well, yeah, there is that.
You get loads of time.
There is that. It felt like there was more time. A lot
that was
for
only
things.
my problem. Every single I was constantly doing 3 games. Like, I was always dropping the one round.
They're quite strict on time as well, which is quite good. They had the clock there on the big screen counting down.
Oh yeah.
It was like once you're up, they're coming around, and it's like, come on, you need it done, which was good.
Venue was pretty good. It was, lots of space.
Yeah.
Toilet facilities, any okay, Mr. Jones?
I spent a lot of time in those. I think I sampled most of the different traps, and I think the disabled one was my favourite.
He's not on about Glory also.
On the drive home there, when we pulled over at the services and Dan ran inside and we closed for cleaning, the look of defeat on his face.
I did have to take a picture of you down while you were queuing up for the toilet, and me and the woman, you then went into the disabled toilet, and me and the cleaner were taking the piss through the door at you.
Yeah, so I wasn't very well all day on the expo day.
We didn't see him much in between rounds.
No, I was either trying to sort things out for the house move or trying to keep myself in a kind of acceptable state. I was not very well. So it was great to win games 2-0. Because that means I could just rush off again and spend more time with the disabled.
Oh, you know what to do on your next tournament, get some more food poisoning, mate.
It wasn't good.
I know you were queuing up at one point behind me for the toilets, and the dick that I am, I did take all the toilet roll out there. I went for mine, and then I thought, he's not having this. I thought, I'll leave him in limp.
Yeah.
To go into his socks.
Yeah.
Pockets were bulging.
It would have to have been socks at that point. It was a bad time.
Anything that would have made that better is if you left a roll of duct tape and a little sign that says, I want to play a game.
No, it was definitely a good day though. Real good atmosphere for the expo. Really good.
It was.
Yeah. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Tournament roundup done then. Have got anything else that we want to mention?
Other than that, we've got a few videos coming out on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, so give us a search over there. Ready for Action. I think Underworlds. We need to write these down before.
There'll be a link in the bottom of this post when it goes up on Facebook.
Yeah, so currently showing is a best of 3 between the two Dans. So we've got Steel Arts Champions and the Guardians, and that's currently on. I want to give a shout out actually to David Corkins and What the Hex. So they mentioned us in their interview with Mike Carlin and said that they really enjoyed it. So I just kind of want to say I've really enjoyed theirs, and I'm currently halfway through their Yulthari Guardians cast, which came out yesterday, I think, at the time we were recording. So I'll be finishing that off on my commute tomorrow. So I'd highly recommend that if you want to listen to another podcast, you're not completely bored of us yet, and we've not put you off it completely, go and check those guys out.
Yep, I think also we're also talking about the online game that'll be coming out as well. Maybe setting up maybe a Discord for us or something. Everyone getting on a few games, bit of a chat. That'll be something to look at in the future.
Jump on the Warhammer Underworlds online Discord. They've got one going at the minute. There's quite a lot of chit chat going on there, which is good. I've just recently joined it after Joe did his interview. So if you haven't checked that one out already, Joe got up at 6.
It was before that. It was early
was it early doors?
Yeah, I think that was 3 o'clock. Yeah.
So he was up very early doors interviewing the guys over at Steel Sky Productions.
Over in Australia.
Yeah.
Excellent interview. Really worth watching into that. It's given some good insight on what's going to be happening with that game in the near future.
Yeah. Anything else? Are we done?
I think we're done. Anything else coming out that we need to talk about? I don't think so.
I think so, no.
Cool.
Well,
you enjoyed it, guys?
Stay tuned, like and subscribe and all that jazz.
That was smooth by Josh.
We're not supposed to be that professional, mate. We're supposed to be rough.
Rough and ready.
You see what I have to put up with now. I keep these just to play games.
Play games with us.
You got 10 games, Josh.
You attend.
I'm just there for the
Even
beer
Ash
and the
finished higher than you at the last.
He also beat Smed in a tournament.
I did, yeah.
We digress.
I'm all about turning up and having fun.
It's all about
occasionally. It's about winning.
It's about looking good and rolling dice.
I do look good. We do look good as a collective.
Especially when it's like after the first game, everyone's up. Who won? It's like a bunch of schoolgirls.
There's always somebody in the losers' corner.
There is. Ain't Smed on the last one.
It was me. I was looking for the rest of them.
That was my only disappointment of the day, is I couldn't find you to laugh at you.
Thanks, pal.
No worries, mate.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks.
As Josh Smooley said, give us a like, subscribe, let us know what you think, post in the comments, and remember, stay ready for action.
Ready for action.